Go. I know you can feel the I know you can feel the movement.
Smooth talker, I'm a lover. No disrespect, man. I blow your cover. Hey, baby, go get it. I'm all over the place. Ooh la la.
Good afternoon, everybody. How you doing today? And welcome to the latest edition of Drew Mania Live Podcast. Nice to have you with us for this Wednesday, the first day of November. Unbelievable. Can you believe it? The year 2017 as we say goodbye to October and hello November. And nonetheless, this is Andrew L. Perry. Thank you for that warm applause. Comedy alive and at you from the busy streets of Brooklyn, New York, right here inside the campus of Long Island University, where we chit chat. As I chit chat with you, what's going on in the world of sports, and speaking of world of sports, there's a lot of baseball. Tonight is about baseball, as the World Series has been pushed to the seventh game of the World Series. Two magic words in sports, unlike no other. Game 7 of the 2017 World Series. And in the words of Joe Buck said it best. This series has been too good to end this 6. And it has. It's been a tremendous, unbelievable, fun, exciting series that we have had in a long time. And why not go 7? It can't end like that. But before we talk about Game 7, let's recap what happened at Game 6 of the 2017 World Series. As I mentioned, the Dodgers beat the Astros by the score of 3-1. It's the final, and 3-1. It's funny. 3-1 has been ironic in the last couple of has been, I will say, the key of the 2017 World Series. Game 1, it was 3-1 Dodgers, the final. 3-1 in Game 2, going to the 6th, 7th, 8th, and then the 9th, the Astros win it by 2. So, I don't know about Chavez Ravine in the 2017 World Series that they're trying to tell us something in 3-1. But there's no either here or there. I'm just pointing that out. I believe two pitchers pitch well enough pitch well enough. Joseph Verlander, he gave up a couple of pitches, but he pitched well. He had 6 strikeouts in this game. And Rich Hill, he did what he could to make the Dodgers, to keep the Dodgers in the game, and that's why the Dodgers end up coming back and winning the game. But the biggest turning point of this game to me was Utley getting hit by a pitch, and it was runners first and second, in the sixth or seventh inning. I'm not too sure. That was the turning point of the game, and from that point on, Justin Verlander wasn't the same dominant pitchers as the Dodgers, figuring him out so they could they could make the comeback. And Jock Peterson with the solo home run. It wasn't Verlander who gave up the home run. Let me just add this. And Justin Verlander got his first loss as a member of the Houston Astros. It's hard to believe after being required from the Detroit Tigers has been Justin Verlander had a tremendous career and it's all said and done, and will be a Hall of Famer pretty soon. Not just as a member of the Tigers, but as an Astro as well. And Justin Verlander, in my eyes, really have nothing to prove. He already proved he's a Hall of Famer, and will be, like I said, will be the Hall of Fame pretty soon. And I heard from Evan Roberts saying from WFAN saying, and I agree with him, Justin Verlander will not get in the Hall of Fame until Curt Schilling is. Because Curt Schilling and Justin Verlander is pretty much identical as far as regular season, postseason, and as we know, Curt Schilling is the greatest postseason pitcher of all time. And Justin Verlander is just an enormous pitcher. He could throw with power. He could throw 100 miles an hour. He's one of the only starting pitchers that could throw 100 miles an hour consistency. For the last 13 years, he has been with the Detroit Tigers. Has been the total ace of the Detroit Tigers. And when his career all said and done, he will find himself in Cooperstown. But now, let's get back to the season. Let's get back to Game 6. It's not his fault. He's not the reason why he lost the game in my mind. It's once again the Astro bullpen. As I told you yesterday, if Justin Verlander is not in the game in the ninth inning, the Astros are in good shape. And the result, he lasted 7. Though the Astros was not in good shape because the bullpen has been lackluster, and for a team who's in the World Series has one of the worst, the worst bullpen in the history of the World Series. Period. It's not even close. It's not even an exaggeration. It is facts. They have one of the worst bullpens in the history of the World Series, and they could have again. This series has been the theme of this 2017 World Series all season. No safe lead. No lead is safe. And what can you say about the Dodgers? The Dodgers has been the comeback kids all season long. And Justin Verlander gets his first loss as an Astro. And a first loss since quite a long time, which is a tremendous streak. I guess maybe 26, including the postseason. Maybe I'm exaggerating the number too much. But nonetheless, they have been very, very sensational. Now, as far as the Dodgers concerned, Jansen looked like Mariano Rivera yesterday. He looked unstoppable. I believe he got 8 outs to win the game. No, not 8. Was like a 4-out save. He came in at the bottom in the 8th inning, I believe, when it was runner in scoring position, I believe, after Brian McCann was hit by a pitch. After that, he just shut the door saying, you know what, Jansen just take the ball and say, guys, we're going to the 7th game. Let's go down swinging. We're not going down without a fight. They're not winning a championship in our building. Not in my watch. After that game 4, after that game 5, he probably said, man, I was tired, I was exhausted, and you know what? It's time to ride back this ship. You know? And this is what the Dodgers been wanting for. This is why the Dodgers made these moves in the bullpen to get to this point. To get to the 7th game. And let me add this too, which was very interesting. It was very interesting for a Dodgers franchise. The Dodgers Stadium is, the Dodgers have the 3rd oldest stadium in Major League Baseball. Third in Major League Baseball, behind the Red Sox and the Cubs, and never hosted a 7th game of the World Series. They hosted the 7th game of the League Championship Series, but never hosted the 7th game of the World Series until tonight. And I expect the Dodgers faithful to come out. I expect it to be a full house. I expect a lot of blue towels. Put it this way. It's going to look like Three Rivers. It's going to be like the Pittsburgh Steelers and Heinz Field and the Minnesota Twins all wrap up into one. And the Dodger Stadium, don't be surprised if Dodger Stadium is going to be rocking. And one quick fact too. Out of all the years I watched Dodger Stadium, I never, in my wildest dreams, I never see Dodger Stadium being as loud as been in this postseason. I never see Dodger Stadium this loud. Probably when they won the West in 2005 or 2005-ish or 6, when Steve Finley hit that grand slam home run against the hated rival San Francisco Giants. I never see the Dodgers this year be as loud as they are this year. And it's going to be rocking tonight as expected. Any team for that matter. If Game 7 was in Houston tonight, Houston is going to be rocking, no question about it. And both of these fan base has been awesome. And I think it helps when a series has been tremendous as it been. Now, Game 7, we have two pitchers. Les McCullers Jr. for the Astros, and former Ranger and looking to stick it up to the Astros, Hugh Darvish. This is why they go for him, because this is the move. Will this move for the Dodgers pay off to win them a World Series title? Will the move from July till now pay off? Despite the fact Hugh Darvish haven't had a good season because he was with the Texas Rangers, and the Texas Rangers didn't have a good season. Will this move pay off? Will Hugh Darvish be? And these are defining moments for not only for Hugh Darvish, but Lance McCullers and Justin Verlander, and let me point this out. One last redemption for Clayton Kershaw. One shining moment.